Hello. Yes, Ritika, I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you, Ritika?
I'm fine, sir.
Shali. So I think you have written the answer on fundamental right today. So it is a 2020 question. The exam
Yes.
which was held recently, like 2 back. Fine. So you see the question. Right of movement and residence throughout the territory of India are freely available to the Indian citizens, but the rights are not absolute, and you have to give a comment on that. So there are, certain things which you need to remember when you are writing the answer, right?
Okay.
Like
Yes.
what you need to know what you are supposed to write when same statement, but if it is asked to discuss. Same statement elaborate, same statement comment. अब यहाँ पे you have been asked to comment on this statement, like you are not going to simply discuss it, you are going to comment on this statement, right? Anyways, you have written a very good answer, like you have explained that what is the meaning of the constitution with respect to the right to movement and residence. So let's read the answer. The Constitution of India under the fundamental rights, Article 19, 6 fundamental rights mentions the freedom to reside and settle throughout the territory of India and to move in any part of the territory of India. That is what is mentioned here, right? So this right is only available to the citizens of India, and its aim behind this such right is to keep the sense of unity and unified India intact, rather than encouraging territorial divisions among the various states. Very good. This is the purpose. However, the right is not absolute, and it is restriction. Constitution mentions that the state can impose restrictions of movement and residence based on interest of sovereignty, integrity of India and the security of the state, public order, public health, decency or morality, and based on friendly relations with other countries. Now you have explained it, but one thing which I told in the last, the sixth session, I told you, right? Whenever you are writing answer, you have to give reference to the current any such issue. Let's say, for example, now here you have written, right, that the state use restriction on the movement of citizens. If we are going to create a public order, public health, or diseases, we could have given an example, like during the lockdown period, there was a restriction on the movement, right? During the pandemic, right?
Yes.
You should give the example, like recently, for example, recently during the pandemic period, there was restriction on the movement of the people for public order. You can also see recent example, Rahul Gandhi was also not allowed entering some of the places in UP, right? Because it would have created a public law and order situation. Some of the journalists were also not given entry in some of the places. Even farmers, जब farmer जब आप देख रहे थे ना कि farmers जब agitate कर रहे थे, so some of the farmer organizations, some of the farmers, they were not given free movement. Then you could also give the example of Shaheen Bagh, where you can see that moment of the people having this, like whatever example you could recall in exam hall, that will click in exam hall. You have to like make sure that you are giving at least one or two current examples. Like अब यहाँ पर आपने लिखा है like Constitution of India under the fundamental rights, the freedom, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर आपने लिखा हुआ है, but however the right is not absolute and it is subject to reasonable restriction. So that reasonable restriction, that also, for example, you could write like recently the people's movement was restricted in the pandemic. Some of the political leaders, some of the journalists or activists, उनके जो movement होते हैं उसको restrict किया जाता है because of this movement. But again, but anybody is, government sometimes may misuse it, right? Intentionally, it may stop a person's movement because it will be creating a political disadvantage to them. So that's what also you mentioned, that however this restriction can be misused. Hence, in the recent judgment of the Supreme Court against an eminent order against the journalist, the court held that such drastic action can only be taken in very exceptional cases in order to maintain the law and order in a locality and maintain peace. So you have written a very good answer. Just आपको example देना चाहिए. which you could
Okay.
gather. Right?
Okay. Okay.
But compared to your first answer, now you have improved a lot. One thing that is, word like in first answer, आपने शायद सोचा ही नहीं होगा कि I have to, write the answer in the given word. So that's why you must have written. Now, when you are writing the answer, you are cautiously writing it. That yes, I have to write the answer in 150 words, and
Yeah.
I'll try not to repeat the ideas again and again. Like we have not repeated it in the first answer में आपका हुआ था, या मुझे लगता है second answer में आपका हुआ था. In that sense, now your answer is improved. But तीन चीजें जैसे मैंने पहले क्लास में अब जो मैं every day giving you one instruction. Like likewise, I will be giving you around, I will be giving around such 20 to 25 such things like do's and don'ts. First, जो मैंने आपको बताया क्लास में that read question twice before writing the answer.
Okay.
Yes, आपको करना है read question twice before writing the answer. Why to read the question twice?
To understand the keywords.
Yeah, to understand the keyword, right? अब यहाँ पे keywords तो कुछ नहीं है. It's a very static question actually. The question looks very static. Like it is looking like you just need to write what is mentioned in constitution. But if you were in touch with the current affairs, if you were reading the newspaper regularly, if you are reading the Supreme Court's the judgment with respect to this particular right? Because I always say that this is the one fundamental right which is violated most of the time. सबसे ज्यादा अगर वायलेट होने वाला अगर कोई फंडामेंटल राइट है दैट इज आर्टिकल 19 like freedom of speech and expression, freedom of movement, freedom to reside in any part of the world. This is the most violated fundamental right. So पूरे साल भर में बहुत बार आर्टिकल 19 वायलेट होता है. इस वजह से many people approach the Supreme Court for the remedy, for constitutional remedy under article 32. So you just need to recall that whenever you are writing any answer, first read the question to understand the keyword. Then second, you will try to link it with any current issue. Although this question looks static, but you will try to link it with the current affairs. And what could be context of asking this question? Why UPSC has asked this question this year? So the question might be asked like last year it was restriction due to the pandemic. There were restriction due to the political order के लिए भी बहुत सारे लोगों को जर्नलिस्ट को रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया गया था. Political activists को रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया गया था, political leaders को रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया गया था. Like even Priyanka Gandhi was not also allowed to move to the areas like Hathras, जहाँ पे हाथरस जैसे इंसिडेंट हुए थे, तो वहाँ पे they were not allowed to go, right? So that's what you need to write. That reasonable restriction, like how that reasonable restriction is justified and how there can be misuse of this reasonable restriction, the clause in the Constitution of India. एक चीज like read question carefully, try to link it with current affairs. Second, make the structure of your answer. Like अभी यहाँ in this question you are supposed to write the 150 words. Then you will decide like how many words I am going to explain to which part of the answer. अब यहाँ पे there is no such part. Like now here you were supposed to write what are the constitutional provisions. You were supposed to write why reasonable restrictions are there, and you were supposed to write why how this could be a misuse. So like you could give 25 words for introduction.
Okay.
50 to 60 words for explaining constitutional provisions. Then again 50 to 60 words for explaining misuse of this reasonable restriction. Because यहाँ पर आपको comment करने के लिए कहा है. You were asked to comment it. So you can give your own comment that how this could be misused in both ways. Like free movement can also be misused by the citizen. That is clause of the free movement that can be misused on the part of the citizens, and that can also be misused on the part of state. So you need to write to both. Clear?
Clear.
So before writing the answer, you need to make the structure of your answer. Before you start, read question carefully. Try to understand the demand of the question. Try to understand the context of the question. Third, make structure, then write the answer. Clear?
Okay. Clear.
Current affairs, ये आपको देना है. It's not necessary that in each and every question you need to give the current affairs. You will not unnecessarily, intrude it into the answer. If you feel so that the demand of the question is to give you the current example, then only you should write it. Otherwise, it's not necessary that in each and every answer you should give the current example.
Fine.
Clear? check.
Yeah.
And not repeating the ideas. ये मैंने आपको बताया था. Do not repeat the same idea again and again. This is
Yes.
you are supposed to do, and I think you are following it now. Okay. Okay. One more question you have sent. I think yesterday. This question we haven't discussed, right?
Yes, sir.
While national political parties in India favor centralization, the regional parties are in favor of state autonomy. Right. This is the question related to GS paper 2 topic, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure of the Indian polity. Right. In GS paper 2, like what happens? When we study for prelims, we only study what is federalism. In fact, like we study what is separation of power. But in mains exam, the question are asked on issues. So this question was a very interesting question, and such type of question you should write carefully, not carefully, but you should write answer, because not many candidates will be able to write the answer of such question properly. So here you can take an advantage, like this will be an edge for you for getting more marks compared to the other candidates. Because I told you, always remember that कि जब भी आप मेंस का एग्जाम लिखने वाले हो, you will be having the competition with those students who have qualified prelims. It means that they have something in them. They have some basic knowledge. They are those students out of 5 to 6 lakh, or only around 10 to 15 lakh, 1,000 students are selected for mains. It means that those students who have qualified prelims exam, these people are very good in their basic. But you have to take advantage in each and every the question, like how you will be scoring 1 or 2 marks in each and every question from other students. That's what you need to do. So these are such questions where you can score better compared to the other candidates, right? So while the national politics parties in India favor centralization, the regional parties are in favor of state autonomy. Comment. So first आपको ये समझना है कि why this question must have been asked. So immediately you need to recall, was there any clash happened between state government and union government recently? So that's the reason that why UPSC has asked this question, right? So India being a union state with a strong center and supports a multi-party system, is there are not only national political parties, similarly striving for centralization, but also regional parties striving for state autonomy. National political parties, when they enjoy majority at the center, they exercise power over the regional parties in state based on subjects in the union list, concurrent list, such as defense, army. Very good. Therefore, the dominance of the union list over the state is secured by Constitution of India. This narrows down the administrative scope of the regional political parties. This led to frequent conflict among the two, among state government and union government, right? And you should, especially when two different political parties are ruling at center and state, that you should mention, right? जब center में अलग political party है और state में दूसरी political party है. So there, this happens when, like for example, there will be no conflict between Madhya Pradesh government and the union government. Why? Because at both the level BJP is ruling. There will be no conflict between Haryana and the union government. The conflict will be between West Bengal and union government. That conflict will be between Telangana and union government. So you should mention that this, especially it happens when two different political parties are ruling at the central level and regional level. So of course, in majority of the states in India, regional political parties are in rule, especially in South India, like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana. Then Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh we have YS Rajshekar Reddy's YSR Congress. In Telangana we have TRS. In Bengal we have Trinamool Congress. So these all regional political parties, they want that they should get more power. They should get more power for, of course, development. So that is what is mentioned here. Financial constraints, right? So the regional parties in the state have differential sources of income and development of the regions and vary across geographical zone. Therefore, the regional parties are highly dependent on grants and aids from the central government which delays development process. Very good. For example, the regional political party of the West Bengal has complained. Like you can write, it's not like you should be very neutral, like you're not going to name the political party. You can write like recently the regional political parties like TRS or Trinamool Congress or Shiv Sena. You can write it down. I say you can't be completely the neutral. You can mention it. So regional political parties of West Bengal has complained. Yes.
I mistake here. Has complained against hoga? I haven't written against in it.
No, the regional political party. Now make sure that you are writing the complete word. Like don't write shortcut. यहाँ पर आपने सिर्फ POL लिखा है. The regional political party. Never write in short form. Write completely. Okay. The regional political party of West Bengal has complained
against.
Yes. Against the central government for creating an economic blockade by withholding funds for MNREGA and other schemes. Very good. There were so many, conflicts were going on between the state government and union government recently. एक तो ये fund का हो गया, GST का हो गया. There was one more important issue which was being discussed, like जो deputation जो होता है ना, जो IAS and IPS officer the union government calls for them, that was also issue. The same thing happened in Bengal, right? One of the IPS officers, the central government wanted to put itself, but the government was not ready to leave him. So there are such examples which have happened last time. Centralized planning, okay. So, for example, recently there has been conflict among the regional parties and center over electricity amendment. Very good. Central government wants that there should be centralization of the power distribution. The center has proposed for the improvement of state power distribution company and also provide a level playing field. So private companies has faced severe resistance from the opposition in the states as it reduces an autonomy of the state in power sector. However, these conflicts over national parties and regional parties is not new phenomenon. Therefore, extra constitutional bodies such as Niti Aayog GST Council has played a positive role in addressing the differences among the several political parties. In order to address the differences, it is important to articulate regional interest rather than implementing scheme based on generalized framework. This will ensure regional political parties and national political parties to work as a team for holistic development of India. Very good. A perfect answer, but still chicken. Well, this is now you can ask me that how many marks for this question. Like you will get around. I think this question is for 12 marks.
Yes, I guess I have.
12. So you can get around 7 to 8 marks for this question, for this answer. But still, presentation wise, again, you need to work on this.
Yes. Actually, I was very confused.
I can understand. Like now you have written this answer by your own. Like this is your answer. This is not the answer which you have not read it from any other book. Like last one of the answer that you have read it from Subhash Kashyap, I think, and then you have written it. So you have the influence of Subhash Kashyap in writing that answer. But here you have written your own answer. So UPSC expect you to write your own answer.
Yes. Actually, this question was also very tough. So I was very confused. So I have cut a lot of times. I have missed a lot of words. बहुत untidy हो गया.
Okay, no problem. ये कब होता है? Before writing the answer, if you have not made any structure in you, then it happens. Like without any making structure, you will just keep writing. Then in the middle of writing the answer, you realize I have put it in this way. I have to put it in this way. Then this happens. So that's what I'm telling to you. Like before you start the answer, make a structure in your mind. Yes, how I'm going to make a presentation, like how I'm going to write it. अब यहाँ पर क्या है? Why national political parties are in favor of extremism, the regional parties are in favor of autonomy. So immediately you will make a structure like what is centralization and why there is need to give more autonomy to the state. And why at the same time there is need to have the central power, like why you need to buy, because it is a diverse country, so the central government needs more power to keep India integrated, united, etc. ये आप लिखोगे. फिर उसके बाद में आप then you will write some recent example, then you will give your conclusion. So before writing the answer, you should make the structure of the answer, so that अब ये जो हो रहा है, like in the middle of the answer, you will again, say, you will again think I should have put this answer in a different way. Then फिर आपका ये confusion होता है. But otherwise, anyways, you have written a very good answer. Okay, one more thing you need to know: make margin by writing the answer.
Okay.
Margins, like in UPSC, there is some margin. Have you seen the answer sheet?
Yes,
I think have I shared you the answers of Tina Davi?
Yes, I have watched that.
PDF. I think
no.
you have got only the recordings, right? Discussion. You have not got answer in PDF. That is available in Google. Let me show it to you. If I can get it for you, let me check it out. That is available in the internet. You can download it, and after downloading it, you will really वहाँ पर जिस तरह के margin है ना वैसे margin आपको बनाना पड़ेगा, because you need to have a habit of writing in that margin.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was talking to you about the time management also.
Yes.
It is becoming a problem because what is happening is, for example, today I did not have CSAT. So I had my coaching in the morning, and I have given my almost entire day to optionals, because optionals are not studying at all. So, and I've written answer, and I have finished some portion of GS2, one topic. But also, like, these topics are taking a lot of time to complete. Each topic is taking some time to complete. I'm not making much notes. I'm just making diagrams and writing.
Yes, that's fine.
But the issue is with time. Two coachings together, and the teachers in the coaching are saying that it is impossible to crack in 1 year, and you have to give 2 years to this, and everybody who has cracked in the first attempt has been preparing for 2 years. So I'm also getting demotivated.
No, if you know exactly what you are supposed to do, then you can qualify in first attempt. But yes, those who have qualified exam, they were preparing since long back. Like they may be preparing for like 3 years before their first attempt and 2 years before their first attempt. But if you know exactly what you are supposed to do, you need to be very clear that what you are supposed to do in prelims, what you are supposed to do in mains, and which sources you are supposed to follow. Then it becomes very easy for you. So, what is problem with you? Which coaching institute you have joined?
Bajiram and Ravi.
Okay. So what you are like? What they are teaching to you in the class?
Actually, right now the different subjects are going on at the same time, so there is no specific subject at one time. So, like
every takes a lot of time, because what happens is they don't teach one subject in a stretch. Like don't teach polity in one stage, geography in one stage. Because what will happen, like they take polity this day, and maybe the next polity class will be maybe after 2 days or maybe after 3 days.
Yeah, after 1
then
week.
You can't link it. That's what is the problem.
Yeah.
So let me show you the answer. You can take any the topper's answer.
Okay.
But I will give you her answer, because that is best example that how to write in a short way. Okay. ये आंसर हम देख लेते हैं. See, such margin I want you to have when you're answering that, because in UPSC you will get exactly such the answer sheet. The question will be typed in this way, and you will get such places. So if you don't have the habit of writing in such margin, like in exam hall, you will not able to understand that how many words you have written, right? Because here in one line you might be taking 5 words, but here you can see on an average she is writing 5 to 6 words in a line. Right, so that is the question is the tribal art in India generally reflected. See why she is doing this like this.
Oh, because of the keywords.
Yes. So this habit you need to have, right? The tribal art in India generally reflects the creative energy found in rural areas and acts such as undercurrent and craftsmanship. Explained with reference to the Warli and gold paintings. There is a Warli painting and gold paintings in India. So how this Warli and gold paintings reflects the creative energy which is found in rural areas and which is an undercurrent and craftsmanship. That's what we need to focus while you're writing the answer. We need to focus on this part, like how it reflects the creative energy, how it is an act as an undercurrent and craftsmanship, especially Berlin Bow. So, आपके answer में ये reference आना चाहिए. That is what is you will come to know when you make such underlines. So tribal art created by the tribes is regarding the world market for its creativity and uniqueness. For example, tribal jewelry in fashion shows. So tribal art reflects creative energy of rural areas, handicraft.
Procreation, I guess.
Yes, procreation to Warli painting by GI tag status. In free time, the rural folks express their creativity through art. For example, gold, metal, artifacts, then crocodile, bronze, etc. Textile, Warli print on sari show creativity of the rural areas. She just playing with the words. You can understand, like she just playing with the words, and the language, Goan literature is getting widespread in the Goan dictionary by Goan people. Tribal art undercurrent to craftsmanship. She just mentioned that employment and livelihood, Warli painting and wood artifacts sold in the main market. Innovation, new products like new table ware, modern dress with Warli print. Recognition, GI tag, adding craftsmanship, Warli painting. The need is to preserve, conserve, codify, and promote the tribal art to improve lives of tribals, and for example, tribe food initiatives for the tribal food processing. Fine. Now you can see this is the answer of a topper. She is All India rank 23. Now you can see, you are taking unnecessary burden. मुझे बहुत creatively लिखना है, बहुत content वाइज बहुत ज़्यादा लिखना है, ऐसे नहीं. It's a very simple thing. जितना आप simple लिखोगे, जितना आप simple words में लिखोगे, उतने आपको ज़्यादा marks मिलेंगे. When you make it short, when you keep it simple, then you write exactly what is expected. But when you're trying to become more creative, then there are chances that you may make a mistake. You may make a you may write a conceptually wrong thing when you are trying to be more creative. So this is the answer, right? You can see.
Yes.
So those are some of such answers of the previous year toppers. Now you can see. Judicial reform का question है यहाँ पे. Though it had its achievement, the exclusion of Indians from the system was a key feature of judicial reforms introduced by Cornwallis. This is the modern Indian history question. That Cornwallis has introduced certain reforms, judicial reforms, but Indians were excluded from those reforms. So that was the that was the key feature of judicial reform introduced by Cornwallis. So judicial reforms introduced by Cornwallis called Cornwallis Code features exclusion of Indians, separation of powers, civil matter, criminal matter, collector, police law enforcement, apex court. Okay. She has explained what was the reforms introduced by Cornwallis in just one chart. Now next is exclusion of Indians from the system through provision like European person to be tried before the European judge only. No jurisdiction of Indian judge over Europeans. Indians can reach the highest rank in police hierarchy was Pedar only. High post like CID, SP was reserved for the Britishers. However, Cornwallis Code did have some Indians role, for example, adjudication, laws, criminal law, civil law, like mainly from Islamic sphere of India, scripture of India, civil law based on Niti Shastra, then Daya Bhaga and the Quran. But overall, under Cornwallis Code, Indians had trivial role only. So that's it. उसने इतना ही आंसर लिखा है. This is the answer of topper. Like very short, and she's covered everything of the question. Clear? So refer to the previous question. जितना previous question topper के question को refer करोगे, उतना आपको ज़्यादा clear idea आ जाएगा what exactly you are supposed to do. Fine? So time management, you were asking me about the time management because I don't know like what exactly you are getting it from the coaching, like what they are teaching you. You know, many times what happens, they teach so many irrelevant things, and everything is new for you, and you think it is important.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
they might be teaching you so many things. Like since like you are hearing it for the first time, you are reading it for the first time, you are that you are knowing about it for the first time. So everything you feel so that it is important. But you need to check it out whether that is relevant or not, whether it is as per the recent trend or not. Because recent trend of the areas on which the UPSC is asking the question, recent trend of the sources through which from which the UPSC is asking the question, which type of questions UPSC is asking in prelims and which type of questions are being asked in mains. Yesterday there was one of my students who was asking me questions. That there is a question on this modern India, but I could not find any content related to that question in Spectrum book of modern India. No, because there are so many popular books in the market for various subjects. Nowadays, what UPSC is doing, UPSC is not asking questions from those popular books. Like they are not like there are certain questions you could not write the answer by only reading Lakshmikant. You can't write some of the answer by only reading, the popular book like Spectrum for modern Indian history. You can't write the answer by reading India book. You can't write some of the answer by reading Yojana. No, what UPSC is doing now, those materials, those sources which are most popular in the market, UPSC is not asking questions. They have changed the trend. So you need to understand that what is the recent trend in terms of areas on which UPSC is asking the question. Second, the sources. Right? There is a change in the sources as well. UPSC is not asking the question from the same sources which it was asking 10 years back. 10 साल पहले जिस सोर्सेज से यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा था उससे अब नहीं पूछ रहा है. The sources has been changed. So you need to understand that. But what is happening in these coaching institutes? Like they are still, they have not updated themselves. Like they are still, teaching those topics, those areas from those sources which they used to teach 10 years back. तो इसमें क्या हो जाता है कि आपको knowledge तो मिल जाता है, information तो मिल जाता है, but that is, that it becomes irrelevant with respect to the recent trend of the exam. So that is the problem. So you have to realize it by yourself that what is the recent trend in the areas on which UPSC is asking the question. What are the sources from where the UPSC is asking this question? So you have to realize karna, and that you can be able to do when you analyze the question paper by yourself. Like आपको check करना है कि prelims में कुछ questions हैं, तो उस question का answer क्या है और UPSC question कहाँ से पूछ रहा है. You have to search it in Google. When you search it in the Google, you will come to know that majority of the questions answer you can get it just first line when you search it in the Google में जब आप enter करोगे ना तो जो पहली line होती है ना वहीं से आपको majority question का आंसर मिलता है. तो what UPSC is expecting from you is that कि कोई भी जो term है like whenever you preparing for UPSC जो भी term बार-बार न्यूज़पेपर में आ रहा है जिसके बारे में डिस्कशन किया जा रहा है whether you are searching it in Google or not, that's what UPSC is expecting. So like you have to manage coaching का जो role होता है ना it is just for static part, but ultimately you have to do it by yourself. सब कुछ जो होता है वो आपको खुद से ही करना पड़ेगा. You have to write the answer, you have to solve the questions, you have to analyze the question paper by yourself, previous year question paper, etc. Right? So what will we do? Like I suggested suggested yesterday, like if you are having some problem with respect to time, then we can have this discussion maybe like after every 2 days. Like you read and you write the answer. You can write 2 answers in a day or 1 answer in a day. Then after every 2 days, I'll give a time to you. Then we can discuss it.
Okay, fine, sir.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Anything else, Ritika?
No, sir, nothing else. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.